Hello, welcome to Salty Sunshine where we shoot the salt. How you doing, Mama?
I'm doing good. Happy Christmas week. Happy
Merry
holidays.
Christmas. Happy holidays.
That's what the kids are saying these days.
Right? Inclusive.
Actually, I have seen a lot of people say Merry Christmas lately, but I don't know if we're going back to that or not. But happy holidays. I'm wearing my Christmas flannel.
Nice.
Yes, I'm feeling festive. It's really hot in Miami, so it sucks.
I mean, yeah, it was 70s here, so it didn't really feel like Christmas.
Is that normal for this time? No, right? It's
No,
usually
it's usually
colder.
freezing.
It's weird. It's like
Yeah,
hotter than
we haven't
usual.
had that much of a cold front, which is weird.
I feel like even for Miami, we get more cold fronts. Like I feel like last year this time I have a wrap like a shawl that's like a sweater shawl that I got last
Mm-hmm.
Secret Santa, and I wore it walking Lulu through Christmas. I remember, and that thing is super warm, so it has to be very cold for me to wear that. I haven't worn it once because it's not cold.
Yeah,
Sad.
very weird. Global warming.
Yeah, and another sad thing is that none of the regular programming's on, so I mean, it's annoying because like you can't watch your regular shows, but there is a plethora of other content that we can watch, so it's okay.
Right, like I'm like trying to catch up on content.
Yeah, it's so crazy. Like I just saw over the break, Subservience or something with Megan Fox as she's the robot.
Oh, is it
So
good?
Megan Fox has a movie on Netflix and she's a robot. It's kind of she does a great job of being a robot. I will give her that. Like she looks like like her mannerisms look. She looks like a robot. The movie's not great. It's fine. It's not like, you know.
It doesn't sound like it would be good.
I mean, it could be good, robots and everything. It's not horrible. Towards the
Yeah.
end, you get kind of bored of it, but the beginning's pretty good. And then I was so like not upset. I was so disappointed. There's a show called No Good Deed on Netflix, and it has everybody I love. It has Ray Romano, the girl from Lisa Kudrow from Friends, Phoebe from Friends, all these people I love. The cast is phenomenal, like a great star-studded cast. So I was so excited to watch it, and it's not bad because how could it be with all these amazing people? But
Right.
it could have been better. It wasn't my expectation. Like I got distracted and started doing other things, and that's a sign that it's not great.
Right. It didn't hold your attention.
It got boring. It was slow, but it was good. It wasn't
Mm.
terrible. It wasn't like Subservious. It was like better than that. Like obviously, like quality was better, but it
Mhm.
wasn't like it didn't have that. You know, like I wouldn't say Brie, go watch it because it's so good. Like
Right.
you could skip it.
Yeah. Well, that's a shame.
It's such a shame.
Did you ever
Oh,
watch Lindsay Lohan's Christmas movie?
when you were here, we tried to watch it. Remember?
Yeah.
It was boring.
It was boring, and I remember we started doing something else, or we fell asleep or something. And then I tried watching it again with Connor, and we had to turn it off. It was so bad.
It's called Our Little Secret or something.
Yeah, and she wasn't bad. It was just like the other actors
Right.
were really cheesy. Like her boyfriend and her had no chemistry. It was
Right.
weird.
Same thing. That's what I mean. Like, it's not her fault. Like, she's phenomenal. I love all her
Yeah.
work. But then, like, it just didn't work. Whatever they were doing, it just didn't hit. And it's such a shame because, like, even Kristen Chenoweth that's in it, like, I love her. Like, it should have been better. But yeah, not good.
Yeah.
There's that other movie on Netflix, Carry On. Have you seen that floating
Mhm.
around? It's so bad.
So bad. Everyone's saying it's so bad, or
I saw a lot of people, or no, I saw like a handful of people say that it wasn't great, but when I watched it, again, it catches you in the beginning. I don't know if you know who Jason Bateman is. He's a great actor. He's in it. He plays the bad guy. It's like not a hostage, but like the guy like gets the ear into one of the agents there and like tells him like you better do this and let the guy through or whatever. So it's like good. It's like that's the kind of movie that catches your attention. So the beginning's okay, but it falls off. Like it just whatever they're doing is just not. I didn't finish it.
uh,
It's so
it is
crazy.
crazy how much they come out with. Like how many shows and how many movies they come out with. Like they all can't be good. Like it's absurd. They just churn those things out.
I
It used to
know.
just be like a couple movies a month,
I know, it's true. But
or like every couple months.
these actors are so good, and they have, they have big budgets, and it's like,
Right.
why couldn't you make this work? Like what we're saying, like there was no
Mm-hmm.
chemistry with these people. Like this didn't look believable. Like, don't they see that?
That's what I always think. Like, you watch the scenes, someone is behind the camera looking at this.
Or maybe when you're so close to it, like you can't see it like we do watching it after.
Maybe.
Because you think something's great when you're in it, and then you look back, you're like, oh yeah, no.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it ends with us.
I loved that movie, and we'll
I
talk about
wasn't,
that.
I don't know.
That's a movie that I thought the other way. I thought it was going to suck because usually movies off of books are not great. And then when I saw it, I was pleasantly surprised. Like it exceeded my expectations. I thought it was amazing.
I thought it was good, but I was so obsessed with the book that it just wasn't the way I thought it was going to play out. And I didn't think they did a good job
I also
showing
think
their
because
relationship.
I saw it in the theater. I think it looks better in the theater. The
No, I've
sound.
seen movies in my bedroom and I thought it was so good. Like, that's all.
No, I know. But I do think like if bigger and like the sound quality and everything just made it better for some reason. Maybe if I would have seen it on Netflix, I would have been like, I don't know.
Right.
Maybe.
It was still fine, but going back to reading the book, I was so into their relationship and it was hard to not like Ryle because you're like, you loved their relationship and you loved them together and you don't feel that in the movie.
I felt it a little. And I loved his sister. Like I loved it. I loved the whole thing. I loved it. I told you from the beginning.
Okay.
I loved it.
We can disagree.
Well, we'll talk about that in a second. But another thing I saw, Red One, which was just in the movie theater, because they're doing that now. They'll put a movie in the theater and it's already on Netflix or Prime, or they'll put it in the theater for a week and then a week later it's on Netflix or Prime. And which is crazy because I guess if people want to see it on the big screen, but like to pay for the streaming service and pay to watch it in the theater is insane.
Yeah, it'll be on at the same time.
And you don't know that because I mean, what do you like? This
Right.
full-time job keeping up with all that? Like, how are you gonna know?
Mm-hmm.
So when we went to see Wicked, I was like, oh, I want to see that one Red One, a Christmas like action movie, and thank God we didn't pay to see that because it was on Prime.
Oh, really?
I saw it on Prime. Like,
oh, was it good?
It was great. It was cute, great Christmas movie. It was fun. Not Oscar worthy, but it was great.
Right.
So, yeah,
you could just
that's
watch it.
what I watched. The Rock is in it, so that's good.
Right. Has to be good.
Yeah. Okay, let's get into what everyone's talking about.
Yes.
It ends with us. I did a tiny little deep dive as far as like the timeline, and I'll just go through it real quick so we can be on the same page. So this started back in November 2023. That's when filming had it had stopped, and they were going to resume in January 2024. But before resuming, she came with all these provisions about how she needed the workplace to be for her to continue. And so she brought her husband, Ryan Reynolds, to that meeting, which I don't know if I have any opinions on it, but it is weird. Like if you were in an office, you don't bring your husband to an HR meeting.
Right. But maybe it's because she didn't know if Justin was going to be there and she was going to feel uncomfortable. I don't know.
But nobody brings their spouse to a work-related meeting.
Yeah.
And it was almost like she was trying to intimidate people because he's powerful or he's a known actor. So I don't know what that's about. So that's that. So they agree on everything. And so what was interesting to me, because again, I don't know all the details, when they signed that, because they just wanted to get filming again, that's when Justin hired Melissa and Jennifer from the PR agency. Like he hired them because of that document she made him sign.
Right, because so people are saying he hired them because he knew or was scared that something was going to come out since they had that meeting.
Right, which I wasn't aware of.
Does that show that he's guilty?
No, I think it actually makes more sense to me. I'm not on anyone's side, by the way. I love Blake Lively. I think he's talented. I think this is like a big, just unfortunate situation. And I'm not going to pretend like I know what happened. But it makes more sense to me because I thought he had those women with him. Like he was just a snake and had those women working with him regardless and was like, just didn't like her and like went after her. It makes more sense to me now that because of that document, which had so many things in it, and he just like wanted to get on with it, that he signed it. He's like, well, now like I'm scared of her. Like it looks like she wants to like retaliate. So let me hire these people. So he hired them. And he hired them just in case, like, so they can have backup plans in case she comes out later and says something about him.
Right.
Like that's what they're there for, like to make a plan to protect him.
Yeah. Right.
Which makes sense to me. Fine. But then on this, and this all happened in August of 2024 timeline after the movie, like the week the movie came out and thereafter. So Justin wants the scenario. So they have all these text messages, which was also interesting because they say in the documents they got them with a subpoena, and what is doesn't make sense. And a lawyer broke it down and said, in California, you can't just file a lawsuit. You have to file a complaint with the I'm probably wrong, CDR, some little initial agency of California, and they have to approve that you can now file a lawsuit. So there's no lawsuit right now. It's just a complaint.
Okay.
That needs approval. Maybe they got approval today, probably not because it was just filed, but they need approval.
But it's going to become a lawsuit.
If they approve it.
Right, but that's the intention.
That's the intention. But with that said, there's no subpoenas or evidence or anything before you file a lawsuit, before you actually start the process. It's in like the pre-stages, which means that document there's something wrong with the subpoena. No one got a subpoena. They don't do that on something that's not even in trial yet.
Interesting. I mean, she came out, the publicist or PR crisis management, she came out saying, I don't know how they got these texts.
Right. So what they're thinking, it's a theory, obviously. No one knows the truth. They're thinking that the women that worked, the agency that those women worked for are like, because they're getting sued, that the owner, so you know when you work somewhere and they give you a phone or they give you a computer or laptop, everything you do on there is their property.
Yeah.
So you have no privacy with their stuff. So they're thinking, because the phone she used was probably company property or they paid for her phone or something, that the agency gave the information and like in lieu of saying, you don't sue us. If we give you this, like, we don't know if that's true. That's just like a theory.
Right, but that makes sense.
That makes sense. So one of the messages was, so Jennifer texts, I'm having reckless thoughts of planning pieces on Blake. But that just sounds like dramatic PR people. Like, you know how they talk all this crap in the day of the filming? So Justin, the day of the filming came out and he's like, I want to amplify the Survivor content. Like his idea wanted to like talk more about the Survivor part of the film. And then Melissa texts, it's so funny, the contrast between Blake and Justin's side. Then Melissa and Jennifer, the majority of the socials are so pro Justin, and I don't even agree with half of them. She said. And then they continue to brag about how they shut down Justin's stories, how they're so good at what they do. And then Jennifer was like, you really outdid yourself with this piece, like an article that they put out. And Melissa said, that's why you hired me. I'm the best. But then another person I saw came out and said, they had all these backup plans in case Blake retaliated, but they said because the internet is so like crazy that people dig up all this old stuff, that when they dug up her old interview, and because the people themselves were upset that she wasn't talking about the DV, they dug up all that stuff and it exploded without these women's help. Like they didn't have to do anything.
So that's what I keep saying, is that Blake is blaming him for her reputation going down. Yes. But it's all videos of her from the past, things she said. And so it's all her.
But she probably thinks they dug up the stuff, but they're not the ones that dug it up. It's the public and the psychopaths.
Even if they did, it's still her.
But even if they did, that's nasty. Like, they shouldn't do that.
It is nasty, but I think that's like just like the PR world. I mean,
But they
I'm
said
not
they didn't have
surprised.
to. They had all these
Right.
elaborate
They didn't have
plans,
to.
and they never had to use them because the public turned on her on their own.
Right. That's what I keep thinking, is that like the public was going to turn on them anyways, because people, this isn't new that people go and dig up things from like 10 years
Right.
ago.
Which is terrible. I hate that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that was interesting. I just thought it was interesting, and we'll see what
So
happens.
those are the only texts that we've seen.
Yes.
Them saying like the Hailey Bieber picture and saying we want this for Blake Lively.
I didn't see that one. What I got this from was a lawyer that broke down and she showed it, and I wrote down notes on that, but I didn't see anything else.
Okay, there was a text message of Justin saying that they wanted the Hailey Bieber effect, and it was like an article of her being a mean girl. But I want to know like when that was. Was
And
that like
also, was it in the context of, I want this plan? Like, we're not doing this. This is only if she comes after me.
right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if they planned this because they wanted to tear down, or if it was like defense.
I also want to know, has he ever been like this weird, and all the accusations she said, like he tried to bite on her bottom lip and she kept saying like that wasn't in the script, and like stuff like that has to be approved and reviewed by her,
Mm-hmm.
and like that he kept like doing like stuff like that, and like whatever else, all the complaints that she said. Has he done that with other people?
I know. I need his co-star from his past show. Like he has a lover in another show to like speak up.
But he didn't have director control on that other show. Like, he's controlling this
Right. That's
set.
true. So it could bring out a different side. I
Yes.
mean, two things out of all this, like we have to understand, like two things can be true. Blake could be a mean girl, and then Justin could also be a weirdo.
I think they just are polar opposites. They don't mesh. They don't get along. They're oil and water. They have different work ethics. They have different boundary ethics. They have different everything. They don't like each other. He's probably a little weird, and she's probably too uptight with a stick up her butt. Maybe. I don't know. And they just don't like each other. And then that happened. It's just like, I feel like a big unfortunate events that are made it, exasperated it, and made it so much worse. And it's a shame, because none of this should happen. Because the person, or the thing that really hurts, is now the story. Like, how are they going to do book two?
They're not going to be able to do a part two.
They ruined a magical, beautiful book with the second book. Now what's going to happen? I mean, even if they could bring it back, it's a little tainted, and it can have the same actors.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be the same. It's just, they ruined the book.
That's the real shame, because they're both Blake. I love Blake, and I love all her work, and I've never heard, I know people are saying all this stuff. Like, I like her. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the right thing is, but it's a shame.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I'm definitely interested to see what happens. Have you seen the proposal video yet of Justin Baldoni?
Oh my god, I keep forgetting to go look at it.
Okay, you need to go look at it, because I was like skeptical, and part of me was like, I could kind of see it in his eyes. He can be a little bit of a weirdo, maybe. Like maybe it's just the propaganda, and I'm falling for it. I don't know. But then I saw the proposal video, and I was like, maybe he is a little bit of a weirdo. It was
What
like
did he
all
do?
about him. It's 30 minutes long of him singing and acting. That's the proposal
In front of
video.
her?
She is like getting shown it, and then she's like in the bottom.
And she
So
said yes after 30 minutes?
30 minutes of him singing, it's actually insane. Like, that's not normal. He
That
made
must
the
be
entire
normal
proposal
behavior
about
for him.
him.
It must be normal behavior for him, and she's like used to it.
Right.
Oh my god.
But that's the part that I'm like, maybe he is a weirdo.
Of course. I mean, I'm a weirdo. A lot of people are weird.
No, but weird,
I mean,
and like, people are like, it's, people throw around narcissists. He's not a narcissist, but just like, that kind of behavior.
artistes. You know those, it's like Nick from The Ultimatum. He's an artist. He's
Yeah.
freaking weird.
Yeah.
That's
He's
what
just a
that
weird
is.
actor.
I mean, if you hear me around a bunch of dogs, you're gonna think I'm like mental.
Right.
I'm a weirdo in my own way. Everyone's a weirdo sometimes.
But it's just different. Like,
I know. Well, speaking of weirdos, the Kim K video, which I don't even want to talk about because I don't want to bring light to it, but whatever. She came out on Christmas Day with a psychotic, demonic, what looked demonic. They say it's like some popular producer or popular
Mhm.
director or singer or something. Like she was doing an homage to like some popular video type of way of, I don't know. But she basically is crawling around a crack den, what looks like a crack den, and making fun of like religion and stuff. The Virgin Mary it was gross.
Yeah, I don't like that.
And
He just wanted to rile people up, get more attention.
why on Christmas? Like you don't have enough to do? Like why?
That girl is always working, always finding a way to get attention.
The they have to make up a diagnosis just for her need of attention is so bizarre and so elaborate that they need to diagnose her with her own diagnosis.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. It's absurd. How can the kids, like when her kids see that, it's so bad. Like you don't even want to watch it. Like you're watching it, you're like, oh God. Like
Yeah,
it's not
it's bizarre.
entertaining. It's not art. It's not arty. It's
Right.
weird.
Just tacky and weird.
Tacky and weird. And then Travis Barker's ex-wife, which is the mother of his children, Shayna Moakler, came out and said, "What the f did I just watch?" And she put in the caption, "Thank God I'm not a part of that. Like thank God I'm away from those people or whatever."
Right, but her poor kids are around it.
I know. And then she posted a video of her and North doing like a Christmas song thing, and North is dressed so cute. She looks gorgeous, like she's really pretty, but she's only 11, and I swear she looks like she's 16 in the video.
Mm. Wait, North is only 11?
Isn't she?
That just sounds so
Northwest.
young, but probably, I guess.
She's 11.
Whoa, I feel like she's way too out there for being 11.
And in this video that she
Like
did,
her parents put her out there.
she looks like she's in high school. So,
That's such
11.
a that generation thing though, ever since TikTok, like all these young kids look so much older because of like the makeup and they have access to actually know how to do their makeup and hair and they look older and it's weird. But I didn't know she was so young. Her parents put her out there so much.
Remember, I think when her song came out, "It's Your Bestie,
Mm-hmm.
Miss Westie." I think we were like, "Oh my God, she's 8 on stage." Remember?
Yeah, with all those
And you
rappers too, it was kind of weird.
smoking weed and being yeah. And you didn't believe me. I'm like, I'm telling you, she's. And I looked it up, and she was 8 at 8 or 9. I
Yeah,
think she was 8. Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be interesting to see how she turns out.
I think she has a sweetheart. Like I don't know, her spirit, her soul looks very like
Mm-hmm.
opposite
I
of
just
Kim's.
tell. Right.
Kim looks like so much, so much
I mean,
sex.
she even makes fun of her own mom too. Like she's literally here to humble Kim. So.
Yeah, when you just have like a spirit about you and no one can break it. I feel like she has that, which I hope she does so she could survive. Going back
Mm-hmm.
to Blake Lively though, Gwyneth Paltrow and celebrities have come out to defend her, and Gwyneth Paltrow put her hair care line as a defense in her story. And I think another theory is that she's pissed at the public turn on her, but I think her hair care, because it came out the same time the movie did, went to crap and she lost
Okay,
money.
two things. When people come out to support a celebrity, like, who cares? Your opinion doesn't matter. You weren't there. Like, people can be different when they're not around their friends and they're around, like, lay people. Like, I don't ever think that means anything.
No.
Two, yeah, that sucks about the hair care stuff because she said that she spent, like, 7 years perfecting the formula and then it just tanked because of all this drama.
Well, I don't know how much it tanked because we don't have numbers, business numbers, but I'm
Yeah,
assuming it's not doing as well as she wants it to,
right.
because I believe that she put hurt my reputation and my businesses. I'm pretty sure she said my businesses. I don't know. I think I
Mm-hmm.
heard that somewhere. I
I
could
mean,
be
it's
wrong.
definitely not doing as well as it would have before all this.
It can't be, only because I don't see it anywhere on social media.
Yeah.
I don't even see ads. You always see ads.
I mean, people started making fun of her hair.
Her hair's gorgeous. Those people are
No, but it's
crazy.
this frizzy look.
It's
I'm sorry,
beautiful.
but you're just like from her generation, so that's why you just stand
It's
with
not
her.
frizzy. She has curly hair. That's what curly hair looks like.
No, I've seen women with curly hair and it's not
Well,
frizzy.
maybe they have a bottle of oil and she doesn't like that and she lets it go like natural.
No. Like there's this video of this girl using her hair product and Blake is fixing it or like it's saying the caption was like Blake is styling my hair. And she styles it with like her hands and she's literally just making her hair frizzy in the video. It's so
Maybe
funny.
that she likes that look.
Yeah, but most people don't. That's why.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know, it's really funny. All these videos are literally Blake being Blake. Like it's her that people don't
But what's
like.
wrong with if she likes that kind of hair? What's wrong with that?
It's just funny.
Let me tell you something. This is all new because I grew up with Blake, Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. Do you know that movie? No.
Okay, yeah, and her co-star, not from that movie, from Gossip Girl, her co-star couldn't stand being around Blake.
But people don't get along. People can't stand you or me or anybody. Like there's certain people,
Yeah.
not for everybody. Not everyone's for everybody. I mean, that's going to happen.
Right.
She's gorgeous. She's talented. I've always loved her. I grew up with
Right,
her.
but people are saying
And,
she always plays the same character, and people are like, she's playing herself. It's always like this somewhat mean girl, and like, that's who she plays.
okay, is that a crime? If she's a little like snotty, I don't know. Like, who cares?
I just don't understand why you're standing with her. Like,
No, I'm
she's
just
just a
saying,
mean
like, it doesn't
girl.
mean like let's say that's true. It doesn't mean like she's awful and like everything else is true. Like maybe she is
She got
like
married on a plantation.
oh just
One of the
I don't know.
rows literally said Slave Row. That's where she got married.
I don't know what
He's
you're
a
talking
little
about.
weird.
I don't know what you're talking about. So I don't remember her getting married or anything. I don't know.
Do you think it's weird that the whole cast unfollowed Justin? Or is it just like a power thing and they don't want to get blackballed and they could
Well, it
that's
would
why they're
only be a
following him?
guess on my end. Obviously, I don't know these
Right.
people, but I think it happens more than not that even at work, if someone like gets in trouble, you get away from that person and you distance yourself, even though you might
Yeah.
like them before that happened. Or everyone's out for themselves, and the
Yeah.
minute something switches and you tend to go with the popular person. I'm not saying that's what happened. Her other co-star, which played his sister in the movie, also came out in support of her. So I don't
Oh,
know.
gotcha.
I don't know.
I can't wait to find out the truth.
I think it's unfortunate because they ruin a
Right.
like a nice situation. It's not, it doesn't make me happy. Um Khloe Kardashian is coming out with a podcast. Are you dead? I think it's going to be on Dear Media.
Yeah, I saw that.
But I think this article says that it's going to stream on X for the first 24 hours and then you'll be able to get it on other platforms. Like she has
Gotcha.
like a 24-hour exclusive window on the Elon Musk owned social media platform.
Gotcha. I wonder if it's gonna be like interview based. Like, I wonder, just yapping. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. She said, "This podcast will allow me to explore so many powerful topics like love, healing, happiness, and X is a perfect platform to share my curiosity and wonder."
Hmm.
I have a feeling it's going to be just like that show she had, Cocktails with Chloe or something, Drinks with Chloe or something.
Oh,
And
I've
she would
never seen
bring
that.
celebrities over and they would make cocktails and then she'd ask them questions, but it was like not real. Like it was a bunch of bullshit. Like,
Right.
So it didn't really jive. I hope this one's more like down to earth. Like, let's keep
Yeah,
it
more
real.
real.
Let's go deep or something.
Not so like calculated and scripted.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know who's like really good at that? And so because of the Bethany and her ex-boyfriend scandal with that girl he dated, which is Olivia Cupo's sister, Aurora Cupo, I listened to Aurora Cupo's podcast because of that whole debacle. Because I had to go back and find where she said something about Bethany.
Yeah. And she's
So
good at it.
I love her podcast because I like the way she talks. I like
Yeah.
that she's so real and she couldn't keep her shit private if she tried. Like she's just like an open
Mm-hmm.
book and I like that. I like how she's just like self-deprecating, she doesn't care and she's not embarrassed. I love that. And she's divorced with 2 kids and like that guy was one of the like 5 guys she had dated since she got divorced. and she was so honest about it, which got her in trouble with Bethany, whatever. But she talks about her dating life, and she talks about like how she messed up and stuff with this guy she didn't even like. Like, she's just very open and honest, and I love it. I think, and she's not trashy. She's just
Right.
normal girl next door. She talks about it. I love it, and I really like her podcast. She has a lot of guests though, like doctors and women doctors and all this stuff. But she does her solo episodes, and she talks about her personal life, or at the beginning she'll talk about her personal life before the guests or whatever. And it's really interesting, and I find it very entertaining.
I need a new podcast. Maybe I'll check it out.
I already told you to check it out. I told you
And
I
then I
loved it.
forgot about it.
It's called Barely Unfiltered.
Okay.
It's so good. She's like, I went out with this guy. Oh my God. And what do you think? And like, I love it. And she tries to keep like their identity, secret.
Mm-hmm.
But she went out with a psychopath, like at the beginning, like one of like the first or second guy she got into with, like he was leading a double life and he was a psychopath. Like lied about everything and she brought proof. Like it was crazy.
Wow.
And I just started listening when that happened with Bethany, so I didn't even listen to the episodes like way before that. So it's really good. Oh my God. So I saw Kendall from Love Island was hanging out a lot with Kaylor from Love Island.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone was saying, are they dating?
It looks like it, right?
It did, but it also
I think they are.
like they're not,
Right. But I feel like there was one video where it was almost like kiss on the cheek or like something that made it look like it. Like almost like a soft launch.
Yeah. Or they could be doing
and
it
people
for
are totally for it.
I think they would get along really well because they're so kooky, both of them. And I know she's probably not close to, what's her name?
Nicole. Yeah.
So
Nicole is close to Kaylor's ex's, not mistress, but that girl that Andrea.
Oh, really? Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. So Nicole is close to Andrea. Kaylor doesn't mess with Andrea. And so, I mean, no foul play.
Why doesn't Kaylor mess with Andrea?
Because that's who... No.
Leah doesn't mess with Andrea.
Oh. Right.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't think it's true. I mean, I think maybe it could be not true or maybe it's true. Who knows? But
I think their energies match well.
I do think their energies match well because he is so a frat boy. Like he's so like kooky and silly. I saw her, I think it was yesterday, day before, on TikTok, and she posted that on she's back home, and on Christmas she loves to like go to the store and buy like Secret Santa gifts and just leave them on people's doorsteps, like just random people's doorsteps. And so she went to Bed Bath & Beyond, bought all these candles, and like she's filming and like she's running up to the door and leaving it and coming back to the car. And then I posted in her thing because it made me think, I'm like, do you know how many people you're breaking their heart? Because they're going to think it's from the guy that never called them back or a boyfriend they just got in a fight with or a girlfriend. And then I said, do you write a note on there? Because they're going to think it's from like an ex or someone they're fighting with. And she's like, oh my God, I only put from Santa. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, isn't that true?
Yeah. Right.
You're gonna think it's from
you're never going to think that someone just randomly left you a gift. You're going to try to think like, who sent you this gift?
Exactly.
You're going to think you have a secret admirer, it's an ex, like it's a lover.
You're going to go crazy trying to find out who just left, what secret admirer just left you something. And that's kind of mean.
Yeah, it's going to drive some people crazy.
So she probably thought about it. She's like, oh, crap. Or you're going to get someone divorced because they're going to think there's a mistress or a lover involved.
Right. It's like, who's sending you this gift? She's stirring the pot and she doesn't even know it.
No, she probably didn't think about it. I mean, it's a nice thing to do, but you definitely have to make it aware, like, of who it's from. Like, maybe put from Love Island or... No, you can't do that. I don't know.
It's a really cute idea, though.
It is a cute idea. I like... It's kind of like when you go to church. Remember back in the day, they would say, like, during the holidays, they would say, pay it forward. And so they would give you these little cards, and they'd be like, if you go to McDonald's or Starbucks, like, pay for the person behind you. And tell them, like... or stuff like that, pay it forward, or pay for the grocery person, or buy whatever. So it's kind of like that. It's cute.
Yeah.
But
It's
what can
cute.
she put
It's
on the
giving.
card?
I mean, I think it's fine.
I guess. I'm telling you, I would love to see how many people are like, I got in a huge fight.
Right. Trying to convince their person that they
Try
have
to
no
convince
idea
their
who it's
person.
actually from.
I know.
Or it can help the relationship because it's like from a secret admirer and it's like, yeah, people want
Yeah.
me.
Speaking of Christmas, I did find the cutest Hallmark Plus show called Mistletoe Murders. If you guys want a really cute Christmas show, Mistletoe Murders is so good. It's on Hallmark Plus, which I don't have. I have a free trial because I got the first free episode on Prime, and I had to get the free trial so I could finish it. And it's super cute, and I don't like Lifetime or Hallmark movies. So there you go.
Very cute.
I saw this article that, this girl, she's like in her 20s, and so she has a sister and a brother, and her mom for Christmas said, everybody, I need you to send $500 for a family gift. It's a surprise. I'm not going to tell you what it is, blah, blah, blah. So one of the sisters wouldn't let it go. And she's like, no, I'm not giving you $500 unless you tell me what it is. Because it's
I
kind of a
mean,
lot of,
fair.
yeah, it's a lot of money. And the mom's like, no, don't worry. You're going to love it, blah, blah, blah. She kept pressing her to the point that I don't know how the mom let it slip. The mom wanted the two sisters to give, and other family members maybe too, $500 for the brother, the older brother that makes more money than her, a down payment on a new car because his car is broken or something. And she lost her mind, and she's like, absolutely not. This is pathetic. How could you? How dare you? I'm so glad I didn't give it to you. I would have lost my mind.
So she clearly has a favorite.
And the mom was like, he deserves it. He does so much for this family, and blah blah blah. She's like, he makes more money than we do, and so the mom was like defending the son, and then the sister also defended the cause. So everybody's against her and upset that she's ruining Christmas.
That the one sister doesn't want to pay.
Yeah,
Oh. $500 is a lot.
that is a lot. But
Yeah.
like, what? I need more context. Like, when they like, did the brother like sacrifice a lot and like help raise them? Some like, I need more context. Like, why is he so special?
Right. Like maybe he makes more than them, so he's always paying for things, or he's like always giving them these
Or
big
gave up
gifts.
something for everybody's benefit?
Right.
Or yeah, I need more
Because
context.
if everyone is for it, maybe it's for
Right.
a reason. And she's just being a little stingy.
I don't know. I need more context. But she posted it on Reddit and everybody was like defending her. But again, I think they need
Yeah,
more
and we're
context.
hearing it from her side, so like we don't know if there's like a reason why he deserves it.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, first of all, you know how I feel. I don't think adults should get gifts in general. It's like Christmas is for kids.
No, it's
It's for the
not.
children. I mean, I
The
don't
inner
mind.
child in you is suffering.
I think it's for kids though. I love getting kids gifts, but like if you can, I don't like the pressure, but like, or like an exchange, like if they got a number and they got like one gift, you do an exchange. I'm not buying a bunch of adults gifts. That's crazy. It's not happening. I don't see the point.
Sad.
I mean, unless like you want to and you have the money, that's fine. But I'm like, I don't think you shouldn't like spend your whole Christmas bonus buying a bunch of adults gifts.
I mean, not everyone is poor and suffering.
No, of course, I'm right, but I'm saying you shouldn't have to if you
Yeah.
don't want to. But I thought that was funny. Remember your twin sister Brianna Chicken Fry and her friend drama Grace O'Malley?
Yes.
Grace O'Malley, after all that debacle of her leaving Barstool, she's joining Unwell, Alex Cooper's.
Isn't that weird? Like Alex taking talent from Barstool, and it's like not in a friendly way. Like they didn't end on great terms.
Well, Grace she was gonna leave, like she wanted to leave.
Yeah.
So she was gonna leave anyways. So I don't know.
No, I know. She's the one who left. I'm saying. It's not like Barstool kicked her out or like she's the one who left. They didn't end on great terms.
I do think it's a little, I think it's a little weird, and I think she didn't invite Dave to her wedding either, which is also weird.
Yeah, I think that's weird.
And he called her out. Like, she was interviewing him at the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, I saw that interview. It was actually kind of funny, the
It was
interview, but
funny.
not the...
And I'm glad that he was, like, honest about it. He's like, yeah, but it still sucks. Like, I don't get it. Like, whatever, fine. Like, but
Yeah.
why wouldn't you invite him? Like, he literally made your career. He stood by you. He fought for you. And, like, come on, where's the loyalty?
Stood by you, fought for you, made your career, and, like, I'm sure they were friends by the end of it. Like, they probably spent so much time together. I don't know, very weird.
Yeah. If Dave would have been a girl, war, right?
Right.
Two women cannot go to battle
Yeah, a
like
guy
that.
kind of just lets it go.
Guys just let it go, which
They
is,
just, like, don't care.
I know. You know what he did, which was freaking amazing, and he's been doing this since at least COVID. He probably
Are you
did
talking
it.
about the pizza thing?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
but during COVID, he was pissed because it's like all these businesses are suffering, and I think he's like the only one that really like helped people out and raise all this money to keep people in business. And it was a lot. It wasn't a little. It was a lot. Like what he did was like a lot. He deserves an award. Like a lot. It was really beautiful. So he did that, and then he did that now with and I'm sure he did it before too. Like he seems like super generous. Like he lets his ex-girlfriend use his Hampton home, and like he's just like a nice guy.
Yeah.
But
Are you gonna explain it?
the pizza.
Mm-hmm.
So it was. Where was it, in Brooklyn? No,
I don't know. I think it was in New York somewhere.
actually, I think it was a completely different state, like Baltimore.
No, it was Maryland.
Yeah, it was in another place,
I think.
So he reviewed the pizza place. He really liked their pizza, and then he saw the flyer or something, or the menu said something like we're going to be closed by Christmas if you don't help or something with a link.
Mm-hmm. It was like
so
a donation link, maybe.
Yeah, so because he saw that, then he was like, wait a second, what? So he asked them, and then, oh my God, that was so...
Yeah, he went inside, asked them how much money he would need to keep it open. And the problem is they're trying to get their liquor license. That's expensive, and just keeping things open. And he said $60K, and he was like, done. And now they're going to stay open, and now they're probably going to thrive because of the publicity from it.
That must be such a great feeling to be able to help people like that. I would love to be able to do that.
I know. I don't think if I ever came into money, I would give to charities. I think I would like help people individually.
Hello, I've always said that.
Yeah.
That like mutual aid is like basically people helping people in your neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's just one that I followed during the pandemic, and she would literally just post people's stories, and like she would give you like the PayPal link, and it was like it was really nice because there's no like when you ask for help, like people that need help, you might as well just like do something else because the application, the bullshit, the red tape, it's like they make it impossible and they don't even help you at the end. So it's like this is easier because it's like, oh, you need help, like here.
Yeah.
And
you know what videos I love to see is there's this account. There's probably a couple of accounts that find Twitch streamers or YouTubers that have no views, no followings, and it's like usually like the cutest dad. Like he loves going on hikes and like posting birds and stuff like that. And he'll post them, and then everyone goes and follows them, and it changes their life, and it's just so cute.
Oh, I know.
Like you don't have to have money to do that.
Yeah.
People are like, go follow him, go look at his content, and you will help someone that way.
Yeah, if I came into like that's I mean, apart from helping all the dogs and the cats and stuff, I would totally do the mutual aid stuff because it's just
but he also helps dogs, so he's just like your perfect match for charity, and
yeah,
it's who you want to be.
I know. Did you see the Christmas content with Peaches and her brother?
Yeah, they're very cute.
And she's so gorgeous. Before we go, Jennifer Love Hewitt. I Know What You Did Last Summer. Did you watch that? Classic. Yeah. She's revising the movie, and I'm so excited.
Ooh, I actually loved that movie.
Oh my God. Rebooting the movie. And I'm so excited.
Yeah, I love that movie. It did have more of like a 90s feel because that's when it was made, obviously. But I hope they keep that.
Obsessed. I love that movie. And I hope the cast member, like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. What's her name? Sarah Michelle Gellar, which was also in the movie, and the other guy. I hope they all come. Reese Witherspoon's ex-husband was in the movie. Ryan Phillippe. Oh my god, those are the days. That was so
Yeah,
cool.
I mean, they're a lot older now, so I doubt they're going to be in it. But
Well, they're her age, and she's going to be in it.
I don't know then.
Yeah, why not? I mean, they're still alive.
No, I know, but I think in the movie they were so young.
I'm so excited. Can't wait. They're revamping everything now. I feel.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they're churning out things so much that it's just they ran out of ideas. It's either really bad or they're remakes.
I know. Why revamp so much? It's not like
Because they're all competing for like a ton of content.
yeah, but Netflix overdoes it, and then Apple and Hulu are like too slow. There's nothing there. There's like one show a year. It's like
yeah.
Well, I got to get back to the Squid Game.
I started rewatching it because you said you were going to watch it.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember some things that happened.
I'm on the first episode. It's pretty painful. I'm bored as hell. It's weird. I don't know what's happening.
You have to wait until they get to the games.
Yeah, so
my sister,
Michelle, my sister, is obsessed with Squid Game, and apparently season 2 is coming out after many years because it came out a long time ago. And she's so excited. I'm like, oh, but it looks so weird. And she's like, you don't understand. It's twisted and so good and blah, blah, blah. She's like, but you're going to hate the first few episodes. Just get through it. And then it'll get good.
Even like fast forward some stuff. Like, you don't really need their backstory. Like, just fast forward into the good stuff.
Okay. I'm surprised that so many people got into it. Like, seeing how the first episode is it looks so bad. Like, how did they get to the
think that was COVID era, so things were kind of just popping off.
I know. So you started from episode 1 or the end?
No, I skipped through their backstory.
No, I'm saying now. You're saying you're rewatching it.
Yeah, and I skipped through it. Like, I don't need to watch them on the street struggling. Like, I skipped to the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool beans. We'll talk about Squid Games later.
Okay.